Hello, folks. Welcome to a wrap-up of Prime Day. This has been a day. This is like my first one, like I really invested in it. I know you guys did last year. Does it feel different? I know your partner, your cohort isn't here.
It is different because last year we went live a lot more, but between having a client work in the middle of the day that
Right.
And I think it was one of those things where that was booked before Prime Day, where I might have said, "No, I'm not available," but it's a client that's paying, so I made money regardless of the outcome.
That's good. That's always good. Yeah. So the funny thing with so I looked like I think I was one of the first Prime members. Like I've been on it since 1999. I think whenever it started, I was all in. Back in the day. And so I've always participated in it, but I've never actually done stuff. So this has been fun. It's been an adventure. It's a wild time. Going live takes it takes a lot out of you. So.
Well, it's been fun getting to do it with you too, because we kind of we're like, hey, what are we gonna do? And because what we did last year too is we did a couple shows with other people, which is always fun. It's kind of collaborating because we have different things in our carousel, but we're able to use one stream, and I actually like it. I think it's fun because I think
bounce off each other.
I feel like we talked about it, in what is it, Orlando, right?
Yeah.
I don't look at people as competition. I don't mean that in a snooty way. I think plenty of products to go around, and right now there might not be people watching for the products we have, and that's okay because they'll come back another day, and it's sometimes it's a little bit of a crapshoot. And of course, it's funny. I know you probably saw some comments. It's like where people it looks like there's a bunch of people going live for the first time on Amazon.
I saw that
based on the quality of their stream.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, is what I was thinking.
That's right. We encourage that. Definitely something we encourage. So you can see I'm wearing my, I have my special shirt on today. It's my
I'll go full screen on you. Let me see
Marine Corps Forces Command t-shirt. The yellow matches, right?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Today, if you didn't see on Facebook, is kind of in fact, I think they were both Fridays. So on Friday, the 13th of July, 1984, I stood on the yellow footprints at Paris Island and started boot camp. And then July 13th, 2009 was my retirement ceremony. And I think that might have been a Friday as well. So, so Friday the 13th is not always a bad day, depending on how you look. Yeah.
Well, I think I don't know if I've never told you this before, but thank you for your service, man. That's really awesome that you were in it.
And then I had to figure out something to do, and this
marketing is the thing.
Stuff came along, and marketing has nothing to do with what I shouldn't say that. I had something to do, but we had to market. We had to market how to get money from our higher levels. That was, I guess you could say, that was my job. I was always trying to get more money for my boss, and
exactly.
I think I did okay.
So hopefully today we're going to be able to save you money. So this is kind of a thing. So Jim and I, we didn't plan this out other than, hey, let's talk about this. Let's do a versus show where we scour the Prime Day deals and specials. And so I don't know what he has. He may have, and he don't really know what I have. So this will be fun. So you want to make sure that you follow both of us. So if I say something and you don't see it on Jim's carousel, hop over to JeffSieh.Live. Same thing for me. If you don't see it on my carousel and Jim's talking, go jump over there. It's the interwebs. We all know how to go back and forth. You can have both tabs open. Whatever floats your boat.
That's right.
But this is going to be a fun one because I'm interested to see what Jim has found. I spent the afternoon kind of going around going, oh, I have that. That's on sale. That's really cool. So why don't you kick us off, Jim, with what you've got for us?
Yeah. So I'm going to start out. We talked about this yesterday, so it's a little bit of a. Oh, and I got to make sure. I think is my overhead one on? Did I forget? Let me find out in a second here. Oh, I got to connect my. My camo app back. Hold on.
Well, let me go to mine then. I'll just go to mine. I'll go full screen to me and talk about my first one. So the thing that and I once again, it's the best time of. Oops, wrong camera. See, we're all hitting all sorts of wrong buttons today. This is the Kindle, and this is the Oasis, and I talked about this a couple of streams. if you're an e-reader or you're a book reader, this is like the cream of the crop. It's flat on the top. It's got just really it's the sharpest screen they have. It's got the warm light with it. And this is the final day, folks, for the Prime Day. So if you've had this, you've had it in your cart for a while, you need to check this out. The warm light's not really on right now, but you can just see how crisp the words are. And there's no real, like when I switch between the screens here, there's not really a big flash like some of the old ones, and it's just very smooth reading. The Oasis has the physical buttons, but you can also swipe over, just like you're used to in your e-readers. And I just love this. It's waterproof. You can take it to the pool or to the ocean. And the one that's in my carousel right now actually has the cover included. It's kind of the bundle deal. And the cover is waterproof. It protects the corners really, really nicely. And so I love the Kindle. If you're a reader, this is like the, treat yourself kind of thing. So that's what,
right.
That's what I did one day when my wife was looking the other way. I went and got this, and I love it. So Kindle Oasis, and it's different. It's kind of it's a 7-inch screen. It's got this little bump in the back, but I like it because you can hold on to it. And if you drop it, it's not too heavy. It won't break your nose like my phone. I've dropped it on my face sometimes. It's bad. It's bad. So check it out. This is the last day for it. There's a couple different versions. There's a 32 gigabyte version. There's a 8 gigabyte version. I only needed the 8 because I can always delete books and add them back later, because you can hold a lot of books for 8 gigabytes.
And now, do you use, speaking of that, and it's too bad we can't put the link in the in our carousels. Do you use Kindle Unlimited?
I don't, but when you're a Prime member, you get so many free books anyway. So if any of you guys did, and you still have time if you want to do it, they had this stamp promotion where you would go and you buy something from Prime, you would get stamps, and one of them was checking out a book from the free Kindle library when you're a Prime user. And when you filled out those stamps, you got $10 off to use for Prime Day. And I did that. But I have some free ones, and they rotate. And I think you can check out 10 at a time of the books. And then when you put one back, then you can change another.
Like the library, you got to turn them back in.
Yeah, but it's not like old books like Hound of the Baskervilles. It's there's some really good stuff. I read Tiny Habits on there. That was a free book, and so a lot of great books on Kindle. But then you can't upgrade to Kindle Unlimited. And right now too, which same thing, I wish we could put it in there. There's a lot of Audible deals right now if you like to listen to books. And the cool thing with Kindles is you can read for a while, and then you can go listen, and it has the same spot, and then you can go back and read if you wanted to. So
yeah, I definitely like that. In fact, it's funny. I have so many Audible credits that every once in a while it's like,
right,
you need to buy an Audible or you're going to lose your credit. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
So I think I did that, but I listened to not Tiny, but Atomic Habits.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I listened to that on Audible while I was walking. So that's
yeah. And one of the things that you can do that I like too is I like to highlight stuff in passages, and I have a service that actually, and it's called Readwise, and it's just totally separate, but it lets you, what you highlight, it'll actually take that and put it in a database, and it actually will email me those snippets that I've highlighted, so you don't forget something in a book. You're like, oh, that's right. Mark Schaefer said that in his book, or Ross Brand said that, and you get these emails, and you can set up for different, things. But I use the note feature in here and inside of here a lot to take notes. But it's just slick. You can, they even have graphic novels. You can read in here. It's just, I just love it. So, yeah. And I even have the one that's the ad version. Like when I open it up, it usually will have like a ad for a book. You can buy it. See, it just has an ad that. That's why you can get the Kindles cheaper. The more expensive ones, you can unlock it so you don't see that. It doesn't bother me. Once in a while, I'll see a book that I like, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So.
And they probably know because they either heard you talking and your computer knows, or it's from your habits.
And and it's funny because they do, because I just finished a Dean Koontz book because I kind of like him to read every once in a while. So sneaky people. But if you have any interest, this is the day. Prime days are when to buy Amazon devices. So make sure you guys check that out. So, okay, are you ready, Jim, for yours?
I am now ready for number one.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot I was playing around with my camera earlier. So I'm going to start with, we talked about this yesterday, the Apple Series 7. This is the 45 millimeter, so it's a little bit bigger face. And what I love about it is it's about an 18-hour battery. So you literally just, like, I think we talked about this yesterday, Jeff. I do the same thing. When I get up in the morning, I stick it on the charger, and it'll usually be charged up by the time I've showered and dressed. But I'm like you, I sleep with it because it detects all my sleeping patterns. And then, when I hit this button, you can see you got all these apps. One of the things that I've really become a big fan of, now I used to use a Fitbit. So this was a big deal for me, is Apple Fitness.
Yeah.
And so not only do I get, the rings, and as you can see, I've stood up 12 hours, got my exercise, and hopefully I'll burn enough calories while we're standing here to close my movement.
There you go. Yeah.
But I also like that, when you go here, like to the little fitness thing, you can do all these workouts. And so even when I go to the gym or to the Y, I'll be like, okay, I'm doing the elliptical, and it tracks it. It tracks my calories. It tracks my heart rate.
Right.
And I'll tell you what was funny. What sold me on this was during the playoffs, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, they had those ads where these people are out like exercising, working out, whatever, and they fell. And the watch would call 911, or you had the guy that was on the paddleboard, right?
Right.
That he's calling with his watch because he couldn't get to his phone, but because the phone was nearby, he was able to call through his watch. So it is a little George Jetsonist. I never thought I would do that. I know, and I'd like you to show people, because I still, in fact, when we see each other in Texas, you're going to have to show me how you get your really cool setup with these.
Oh yeah, that you make your own faces. Like I talked about that I have one for when I'm driving. I built this one, and the cool thing is you can take different. What are they called? They're not called functions. They're called something else. But you can change these up on a blank face. So when I'm driving, this is the one I have. It tells me my battery. This is my navigation over here. This is I love Overcast. That's my favorite app. And I also have the weather right there. But what I'll do is I'll be listening to Overcast, and I can fast forward or whatever. And a lot of times I'll listen to kind of businessy podcasts. I can pause it, and then I go back to my face by just clicking that. And I can actually, this is an app called Just Press Record. And I press that, and I can say, hey, I can go right here and go, hey, Jim had a great idea on Dealcasters.live. I need to go buy that new portable generator he's talking about. And I do like that. And it also it transcodes it to my watch. And then I can go back and turn on my podcast again, and then also, look at navigation, because a lot of times I have my navigation going, and I want to pull that back up because I like it when it taps you to turn left and turn right, so you don't miss an exit sometimes. And I really like that about the Apple Maps. That's one of the reasons I use it. So yeah, that's just a really quick function, but there's so many cool things you can do with it. Like when we were at Disney not very long ago, we put our ticket to here, and I didn't have to do anything except just do the Apple Pay, where I could just go, tink, and go pay for stuff, or I could get out of the park. When I was in London, this was my ticket on the subway. I just go tink, like that. Wow. And so, yeah. And you don't see many sales for Apple Watches, and there is one today. So it's a significant discount. So go check that out.
Definitely.
So, Bambi, thank you for following. I appreciate you following us over here on Amazon Live. I appreciate that. If you're watching us on any other channels, make sure that you go to JeffSieh.Live, click on follow, go to Dealcasters.live, click on follow, and check out these cool things we have. So I kind of went again because I was wanting to show off my watch, so you can go next.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, we'll go with. I don't actually have this. You have it, but I want to talk about it in the essence. So I'm going to go with the Rodecaster Pro. The Rodecaster Pro is on sale, and the reason I bring this up is
I took it off.
And Chris and I talk about. I have the 2,
right?
But if you don't need the 2 yet, there's nothing wrong with the 1. Now let me show you. I'm going to do the. I can do this at least with my overhead here. So you can kind of see, this is the Rodecaster Pro 2. So it's a little bit more digital. Right. But I saw earlier today when you and Shannon were on that you guys were talking about the fact that you could, you could do a lot of stuff with it in regards to, same number of inputs in the back with what you have. I've got all these sliders. I've got these smart pads. So you can still do these same things with the Rodecaster Pro, I guess we'll call it 1. But, if you're not ready to spend what it costs for this, Jeff's got the original. And, so maybe you want to tell folks a little bit more about that, Jeff. Let's give you a chance to.
So what I did is I went to and I added it because I took it off for the thing. I did not know it was on sale, so it's all the way at the end. So I'm going to highlight that and get that up there. So my thoughts are with the Rodecaster Pro, the first version. I like new shiny things, and I really want it because Jim has it and I don't. The 2. But for right now, it's very functional for me. The difference between them, one is like you can really dial in your settings. Like for me, I have processing on my mic right now, and this is the Heil PR40, which is a great mic. A lot of podcasters use it. But I have compression on, and it's pretty much you turn it on or turn it off. You turn your nose gate on, turn it off. With Jim's, you're actually able to go and dial that in a little bit more. Go back and watch the stream that Shannon and I talked about it right before this one if you're interested in it. Shannon really breaks it down because he has the 2 as the version 2 as well. So if you're just getting started and you have the budget, get the 2. If you're not and you're looking for some budget deals, these are going to be on sale. This one's on sale right now. It's pretty cheap for the first version. The thing that's going to be you want to think about is I usually turn mine on and just forget about it. I messed with it a lot this week because we were testing mics. We had Heil Sound on that Jim and I did. We talked and tested mics and stuff. That's the first I've touched it in so long that I don't mess with it. If you're that kind of way and you don't need firmware updates, you don't need stuff like that, then go and get the 2. But the 1, if you're on a budget and you want to upgrade your sound card, you want to have some effects and have some of this nice, rich kind of podcasty voice sound, then the 1 is fine to use. So
Yep, anyway. Definitely.
All righty. So you did the watch, you did the Rodecaster. Those are all great finds. I'm going to do another deal of the day because I just talked about, sometimes it's better to, get stuff on Prime Day because you'll never get it again. And that's this. This is the Echo, and this is the version that has the high-end sound. Like it's got all these tweeters in it, and it's all facing towards you, and it sounds pretty amazing. I use my mine for mostly control of my house. Like I turn on my alarm, I turn on my lights, I turn on all sorts of things. But this is the 4th generation Echo, and it's a super. And I hadn't upgraded. I had some of the old hockey pucks, not even with the fabric on them. And this is a huge upgrade, and I really like the sound of this. You can actually buy 2 and have them in stereo, which I have not tried yet. Weird thing is like even when you get the black one, it comes with a white cord, and a lot of people comment about that. But if that doesn't bother you, you want to upgrade. These are like I think almost half off right now, and it's a Prime Day deal. So once again, you only have a certain amount of time to get this, but I use it to control my lights. We actually have outdoor lights that we have set up to be controlled with it. I set my alarm with it. I set a lot of timers with it because I do a lot of the cooking, and so we have multiple ones of these, and I can drop in on my wife. That sounded weird. It's called drop in the app. You can actually, it's like an intercom, so we can talk back and forth. My office is in like my back pasture, and so we can talk back and forth, and she says, hey, come on in, the show's on or whatever. And so these are really, really cool. You have these in your house too, right, Jim?
I have the hockey pucks.
Yeah.
And I've actually got the shows, which
that's right. Yeah.
And I did fix the problem I had yesterday, so we'll have some fun with that.
Yeah. Let me go switch to your camera then. So that's that'll be good. So
okay,
you can show this because the Echo and the Alexa ecosystem I think is a really they're better than Apple. I mean, Siri's kind of stupid.
So this is the Echo Show 8, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And so one of the other things, and I probably should change it in the carousel since I'm talking about it. So this is 42% off. It's for the second generation.
That's a great one.
There's a 10-inch one. I think they came out with a 15-inch one.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do video calls on this. So I got one for my parents. I finally got it to them, but now it's a matter of getting them to figure out the technology. So that'll be a whole other story.
Right.
But I have this attached to my A device or, app. And so I've got it tied in with my Blink cameras. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask them, I'm going to say, Alexa, show me the front door camera. And so you're
that's
now
cool. Yeah.
live here in a second as it warms up. That is, and see, it actually has an infrared light that the Blink camera. So I can see my front door. I can actually talk to people through it. And I did have to do that once where I was in the middle of doing a production and a guy knocked at the door and I had to say, hey, I'll be up there in a couple minutes. Kind of probably freaked him out because it wasn't the doorbell, it was the camera. And then I'll just say, Alexa, stop. And then I'll say, Alexa, show me the carport camera. So you can have multiple cameras.
Now, and Blinks are Amazon's version, right? Aren't they? Okay.
Yes.
Look at that. That is really slick. And this is a deal of the day too, I'm pretty sure, that's going on right now.
So there's looks like a spider or something's on the camera. But that's our carport. And
that is really cool.
You can even see there's some moss flying around.
Is that your new car?
To the left, yes. That's the Cadillac. And then the hybrid is over there to the left. Too bad they don't sell those on Amazon.
That would be slick, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Alexa, stop. And then we talked about this too. We did this yesterday. I'll kind of do it quickly, but we won't go through the whole thing. Oh, right. Now I confused it. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play The Terminal List on Prime Video.
Oh, yeah. I still got to watch that.
And so as you can see, it'll actually play video on here. And then if you can connect this to the speakers that you were talking about, right? So it's ready to play it, but I'm going to stop because it's, 18 plus. Alexa, stop. And this is with Chris Pratt. And then Alexa, stop.
So the funny thing, so this is why I looked at these Echoes too, because of the screen on them, and they have a really almost like a I think is it the Show 10 or something? It looks like almost like a screen that's like like a picture frame, and I was like, that is really, really cool. And because Amazon bought the rights to Thursday Night Football, these are a little. You could have one of these on your desk in your office or wherever that you can because I'm thinking because I do a lot of cooking, it should be nice to have one right there where I don't miss a play, when stuff's going on.
And it's funny, Chris and I, when I first got this, it came with the, I think it's like the cooking network for a year for free. And we kept joking, oh, look, we get the cook. Learn how to cook, which I haven't, but that's what some people use it for because you can stick it on there, get your recipes, everything else, and then, but yeah, so they're on a deep discount as well as those Blink cameras. The Blink cameras are 50% off for a set of 3. So
that's a good deal.
And the batteries, if you use them properly, meaning you don't have stuff moving in front of the camera all the time, will last from 1 to 2 years. And they're out, so you can just replace the batteries and it'll tell you, hey, it's time to replace the batteries.
And you don't have to, so you don't have to run wires to them. You can just have them wherever you want.
At all.
Okay, that's really cool.
It runs off of Wi-Fi. And so I get notifications, of course I have to kind of decide how I want the notifications or my phone will go crazy all the time. But it saves the recording as well. So if you had some sort of issue, okay, I got the recording, I can kind of prove, whatever might have gone wrong. So I've found it to be a great thing. And then I've actually, I'll wait to tell you about more of the other stuff I have, but that's what I like about the show. And not only can you check your Blink cameras from that, you can also do it with your Fire Stick.
That's really cool.
So you can be watching
on your TV,
and you just talk to your remote and say, show, and so now you get to see it on your whole, TV screen.
Right.
So it's really convenient. Then you have to get and because you can talk through it, right? I don't have to go to the door. I can just talk through the camera. And it's like, just leave it on the porch and leave.
Right. So I want to give a shout out to Laura Williams. I told her, because her name came up, said, hello, James. And she says, oh, I shared that with my husband. But a big shout out to Laura Williams. Thank you for coming in here and following us. Appreciate you watching the show. So I have highlighted right now in my carousel is I'm talking on the Heil PR40, which I mentioned I really, really love. I'm going to go full screen here so you can see it. I've actually got their shock mount on there. This is their gold and black one. But on that note, and I wanted to talk about, and I know you wanted to have it too, and we're talking about deals today, like the stuff we found that are on sale. This isn't on sale, but I wanted to mention it because I'm talking into it. But the Shure M7 is out right now, and it's got it's a Prime Day deal. It's significantly discounted. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go to my other camera. And Jim, you can talk about this because this is the mic you're using right now.
I'm actually talking into it right now.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
I'm going to pull you up here, right there. But the one I have highlighted in my carousel, I got cords going everywhere. So I shouldn't have actually had it plugged in because I don't need it to be right now unless we do a demo. But this one came with the microphone. It comes with the kind of the mount, the bracket that holds it on. But it also comes with this very cool, I think it's a Manfrotto Pixie. A little tripod that you can set on your desk, and it just holds it there. So a lot of times when you're, you're getting started, you don't need to have a boom mic or anything like we have. You want to move this around. So it comes with this. It's a great kit, and these things sound amazing. And the other cool thing, and we talked about this a lot yesterday, and Shannon and I talked about it today again as well, is it gives you the option. Like if you're getting started podcasting and you don't have a Rodecaster Pro or Pro 2 like we talked about, this allows you to plug in via USB. And then when you get a Rodecaster, you can upgrade very, very easily, and you have the XLR, which gives you, you can put it in there and do some more controls on it. I mean, the Shure app that comes with the USB thing where you can control these top buttons where your gain is, you can mute the mic and all that kind of stuff, and change if you monitor it with a headphone, there's a headphone monitor there in the back. That's where you plug in the USB. So you can do all that stuff just with the USB when you're just wanting to plug into your computer. But when you want to upgrade, I mean, this is it kind of scratches all the itches in all the places, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
So
and they also have an app that you can put on your desktop when you're using, I think, the USB part that lets you do some things as well for changing your sound. But I think going back to what you talked about and Michelle talked about yesterday was, sometimes you're going to find the microphone that, makes your voice sound the way you want it to. And I thought it was really funny when you and Shannon were on earlier, right? And because we were having issues with the comments, but that was me that said, preach it. You have people that get the microphone and they don't know how to use it. And they think that the microphone doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's, a lot of times if you're going USB, if you're not using any sort of software, that was one of the reasons why I got an interface to begin with, is because I did have times where I felt like the computer was deciding, oh, I'm going to switch back to the microphone that's built into the computer instead of recognizing the USB microphone that you plug in. And I've found that even sometimes, I think, with headphones. I don't know if you've run into that sometimes, Jeff. Because sometimes these computers have a mind of their own.
Right.
Not saying it's the Terminator, but you never know.
Right. The mind of its own. Yeah, I get that. So let me go back to this. And thank you guys for joining us over and watching. And we got some really cool deals we found. But both Jim and I like the Heil PR40, which I'm talking to. Don't get me wrong. But the deal, and like if you're starting out with podcasting, this Shure MV7 is just a really great deal right now, and the ability that you can have to upgrade, it's just kind of a no-brainer. In fact, when I first started, I got the Yeti mic Pro, which was the same thing. It's like I started and I just plugged it into my computer. It was a USB, but then I got a soundboard and I was able to use my XLR connections with that. And Shannon and I talked about this a long time. Is like you can upgrade your cameras and stuff, but once you find a mic, they don't. The technology isn't really. You're not having it change every year. And so finding a mic that works and looks and that you have ability to upgrade, I think is really, really important.
Yeah. It definitely is, and I think for me, the last thing that I have upgraded was my camera.
Yeah.
And I just did that in September when I got the, I don't even know if you can buy them. That's why I didn't put it in the carousel, the Sony ZV-E10.
Yeah, they're hard to find. Yeah.
I didn't go to the next level up, but this does everything I needed to do. I can, walk around. I've got some other tools that I've got in the carousel that I haven't actually used with it yet. That's like one of those things I got to do in my spare time. But yeah, I think the microphones are important. And in fact, speaking of microphones, since we're talking about Shure, I'm going to do a little swing in here.
Okay, I'm going to go full screen on you. Oh, I did it, the wrong person. There we go.
And so, can you hear me now?
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
So this is the Shure Super 55. This is like we like to call it the Chad mic, right?
Yeah, that's right, Chad Peterson. Yeah.
Yeah, Peterson mic. He likes to wear his hat and pretend like he's Frank Sinatra or crooner back in the day.
Yeah.
This is 45% off for Prime Day. I don't know if the special may continue after that, but if this is a solid mic, if you like the kind of that different look, and that was what was kind of cool too with some of the mics that we talked about from Heil yesterday that were actually used in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, the fin
and the fins, and those are really cool. So I mean, it's kind of nice to have a different look, and so.
Well, and there's a lot, the rise, and you guys have done it too. At Dealcasters.live is the video podcasting, and so having a mic that stands out over everybody else's sometimes maybe the look that you're wanting, and so these type of mics that have that retro look, if it fits your brand and they sound great, then why not?
Yeah. So. And I don't know if you have it in your carousel, but what I'm using with this, and I think you are as well, while we're on the subject. Is the boom arm, is the Heil, is it the PL2?
Yeah, the PL2T.
2T. And I and Jeff are both in love with this boom arm. It is amazing.
And these are on sale right now. And Heil never usually has things on sale, and this is the most solid arm I've ever used, ever.
Yep. Yeah, for me as well, we know that we had to get you some WD-40 for the one that you're
that's still on there. I haven't changed it over yet. It's still, this is the fin, and it's still, but it just holds it in place, and there's no noise, which is a big deal. You can mount, and Michelle was saying you can mount cameras on those. You can see Jim's in there. It's not moving at all, and it's just.
And there's different adapters. I mean, I don't have it because of this mic specifically, but what did I do with it? And you're using it.
Yeah, I have it on the side here.
You've got the shock mount, right? This shock mount is another really good piece of gear. It's not on sale, unfortunately.
It is a nice piece of gear.
A great accessory to get for your boom arm, especially if you're using some of the other mics that Heil makes. And it probably would even work with the Shure mic as well, because I learned yesterday, right? It's the XLR cables, what goes through there, so it's not like trying to fit that. But it's a really cool look too, and even
it does
like
make a difference. Yeah,
this one, right? You'll notice compared to the Shure MV7, there's no pop filter on here.
It's built in. Yeah,
it's built in, and that sometimes is something that people have to get used to. Now, I guess if you were out, like, I don't know why you would use it outside, but if you were using this outside, that maybe could be a little bit of an issue.
So I've seen a lot of there's some YouTube videos, and I like to listen to some blues and some harmonica players, and they use mics like they actually had a shootout between the fin and that one, and how it sounded with the harmonica, and it sounded cool because they're up there and they got the it looks like a blues microphone. It looks like what Elvis used and all that stuff. So that's very, very cool.
Yeah, and like we've talked about, either getting something where you hang the mic down. Or you could get a stand and have it come up. So if you wanted to have it at a different angle, but based on the way I have this set up right now, right, I've got it more doing.
And it sounds great. It sounds great. So, yeah.
Well,
it's really cool.
So so now it's your turn.
All right. So I am going to continue. And I talked about this a little bit, and this is also continues to be on sale. And I'm going to go ahead and I put it up when Shannon was here. But this is the Shure MV88 Plus video kit. And I talked a lot about traveling. Like I wanted to, sometimes we have to do live shows, and I know Jim does live shows as well. And the thing about this is this allows me to travel and get good audio. Now, the mics we've talked about before, all the ones that we were speaking into, are dynamic mics. They don't need to have power. My Fin has to have power because it has lights, but other than that, it would still work even if I didn't put phantom power to it. This is a condenser mic, and it comes in this really, really cool kit. Once again, I really like these Manfrotto Pixie tripods where it has the ball head that it just locks it into place, and it doesn't drift on you, which is like some of them. They're really solid, and so you have those different angles. So I really like these. So I'm gonna put it together for you guys, but it comes in this nice little kit, and you just unroll it, and you have everything you need. So what goes on top? This is for your iPhone. This is an iPhone clip, and it just attaches right here, and it's got a cold shoe at the top. And so you just put your phone in here. And then
Scott Ayers wants to know if you can say ball head on Amazon Live.
Scott Ayers said that?
Yeah.
Jeez. Isn't he doing live shows? What's he doing over here? So you put on top, you put this little microphone clamp, just like this. And then you put the microphone on it, and you can see it tells you left and right. And the cool thing is you can have it in selfie mode, or you can have it like if you're out there walking around and you're shooting something, you're at a conference and you're doing interviews or whatever. So I'm going to put it in selfie mode just like this. And then it comes with both cables here for it has the USB-C, which will go to, an Android phone, or it comes with a lightning cable. And you can just plug it in right here in the back. And it's got a spot also to monitor the audio right there. You see, you can plug it into your headphones right there. And so you can have that. And the app is amazing. There's 2 apps that come with it. There's I think it's called Movie. I can't remember, but they're Shure apps. But it lets you control the sound. Like you can go.
I think it's called the Shure Motive app.
Motive, that's it. And you can control how tight you want the signal. You can control how wide it is. You can actually, this windscreen comes off. And if you see, there are actually 3 places the mic picks up. There's a mic here, and there's a mic here on the side, and a mic on the other side for the stereo. And I can actually set it like this. Let's say Jim and I were in a room, and we could have him on one side and I'm on the other one, and we could do a podcast show and just have those 2 mics on so you don't have that drift, and it would pick up left and right, each of us. And you can, all the stuff in the app, you can have compression, you can have limiters, all sorts of things. But this is amazing because you can pack it up and you can go run and gun with it, looking at your phone in there, seeing yourself if you're doing selfie modes. You can have it the other way if you're doing things. But I just love how compact this is. The other thing, we're going live on shows, or if you want to do a Zoom call or something, this actually can plug into your computer.
Right.
That's what, and it sounds really, really good. If you go to...
Yeah, you actually did that, right? I haven't tried that yet. You've used it on the computer?
Yeah, it sounds really good. And the other thing is like I did some demos on JeffSieh.Live you scroll through and see the product video I did with that. There's some tests that I did with it just out and about, and so you can look at that. But it sounds, shockingly good, because I had been carrying a lapel mic that I would run, and it gets in my beard and makes noise. And this I can set right over here and talk. You won't see it in the camera, and it picks up really, really tight feel. I can narrow it down, and it just sounds really, really great. So that's my find, because it's like normally $249, and it's dropped down to $174. So it's a great deal right now.
I think I'm gonna go a little bit crazy.
On my, what are you gonna do?
Might as well get this one out of the way because it's heavy. That's what I'm doing. So this is I've run into a lot of issues with storms.
Oh, I have to.
And so I was lucky enough that the people from EcoFlow.
Oh my gosh! I gotta go to. Don't get a hernia.
I got this. I've got this is the Delta Max, and so this thing is on sale.
Is it all battery? Is that all it is? It's not a gas, is it?
No, it's all battery. So you use this inside. Look at, you got 6 plugs here, and then actually let me zoom out. I think this is one time where the Camo app comes in handy.
But still, that's a beast, and you can use. That's the cool thing. You can use it inside and not kill yourself.
Yeah, you can also it's got you can use solar panels. It comes with you can charge this up in your car with the car charger. And then on the other side here.
Now, how long does it take to charge that all the way up? Does
It
take
did not take long at all. In fact, I
really?
bet you I'm going to turn it on for a second just to show you how much charge it's holding. I charged this probably over 2 months ago.
And it's still at 100%.
It's still at, yeah, basically 100%. And you can see you've got USB-A, you've got USB-C.
Mm-hmm.
And this will actually, you know, according to the information, so you could charge a laptop 32 times. You could run a 60-watt mini fridge for 33 to 66 hours.
Wow.
Coffee maker for 1.9 hours, you know, even an air conditioner for 1 to 2 hours, that's 1800 watts.
Mm-hmm.
Even a space heater. And that's the problem you run into sometimes with some of these portable, if you want to call it chargers,
Mm-hmm.
is that they don't let you do that. Now, it's definitely heavy
Not
duty.
light. Yeah, it's not a light thing.
Not
but a lot of people could take I've seen a lot of people take this camping. Like they'll have it so they can charge their phones, or they want to watch TV or something. Yep. Which why you go camping and watch TV, I don't know.
That's kind of my next I think my next plan is exactly to your point, because I've done that in the past. During football season, we would go outside, and then I'm having to run a long extension cord for the TV. Now I can just plug everything into that, and so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, but it's actually a Prime Day deal. You know, it's that time of year. You know, in the East, it's called hurricane season, and trust me, we've had our power go out even here in in the area where I live, enough that it's nice to have something that and I don't know that they were on sale. The other thing I've done, I don't know about you, Jeff, I have some surge not only protectors, but they have battery backup, and I now have my internet plugged in, so even if my power goes out, like, this stuff will keep running for a little bit, because you just never know.
And the thing is, those are because you can't, I have a generator, because if somebody sneezes hard here, we lose power. It's the way it feels. And the thing is being able to have the generator far enough away from the house always makes you nervous, because people die every year from carbon monoxide stuff. This you could have, so you could actually have your generator running and not have a huge load on it, and then have it in and turn it on your TV with something like this and watch some or download some things from Netflix or whatever. So that is really cool, and I'm really jealous that you have one and I don't.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely high quality. It's one of my most cherished possessions that is come about from being an Amazon influencer. Yes, that's because he has he's like, would this fit and hold the blue snowball? EcoFlow is so. Oh, he's probably talking about with your thing. He said EcoFlow is awesome. He has one of their smaller ones, and but yeah. And
well, he's in Texas, and we could lose power at any time with our.
Now that I got my hybrid, I can take this, and so if my wife and I want to go camping, right, we can put this in the back and power
run a
some
mini
other
fridge.
things.
Yeah, you'd have your cold beverages right there. That'd be kind of nice.
Yep.
So this is really cool. So this is, once again, these are, I scoured the website, and we're finding stuff for you guys. And I actually found this yesterday, because I'm using these, like, they're like $15. They're me things. I have those on my carousel, which are great. I've had these for years. I have multiple pairs because I run over them with my chair and all this stuff. But I wanted to upgrade, because I've been talking to Jim over there, and one of the things is that I got it, and I bought it yesterday on Prime Day, and it came today. That just blows my mind. Wow. That there's 2 days of Prime Day, and if you order something on the first day, you can get yeah. It's just my. So this is an unboxing, folks, right here live. This is the Shure 215s, and I've really wanted to kind of upgrade them, and they're the same kind of thing. So they go around your ear. And so I'm just going to open these up, because they came like right after Shannon and I went live, and so I wanted to see them. And you have something similar. You have the granddaddy of these.
I have the next ones. I think they're kind of the next level up. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the cool things is they come with multiple tips. So I'm going to pop both of us up here. That's always nice. They didn't used to do that, and looks like there's even a tool there to help you get it on and off. So even more tips. There's a little carrying case right here, which is nice. So instructions that I'm sure I won't ever read.
You'll read them eventually if you really need to.
If I need it. And then there's even more tips in the top there. So
yeah,
that's very cool. And then the actual headphones, which are
you got the wired ones.
Yes, because I always want to do wired when I do live shows. I don't I don't trust the Wi-Fi. So, and I like the clear ones because like most times people can't even tell you have them in.
Right.
So very easy to get out. And I don't like to show people my ones that I'm wearing because you never know what's going to come out of your. But those are the tips right there, and they go around and this is a bendable thing so you can go behind your ear, just like that. Oh, and they pivot too, which is nice. My other ones do not do that. I think these, it comes right out.
Yeah,
so you could.
Yep.
So,
kind of like breakaways so you don't.
That is nice. Yank your head off. So those are the Shure.
The only thing I had to do, and I think it's my live wire, I got an extension cord.
I have one. Yeah.
That way I could have more room to move around.
And to be honest, Amazon Basics has a great extension cord. That's what I get for when I have I need extension. Amazon Basics has those cords that you can extend that, because you're right, you don't want to be tied to the Rodecaster is over there and it'd be too tight. But yeah, these are like on sale. They're featured now. It's a Prime Day deal. So I was stoked that these came today after I got them yesterday. But once again, this is the last day, folks, for Prime Day. So if you're wanting to upgrade some of your equipment like me, this is a perfect excuse to do it. So put it in your cart and enjoy it. So Shure has had a ton of deals. They're still going on. So like, we've talked about it. Make sure that you go over there and look. So anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of as you like to call it, Shure deals.
There you go. You're in the spirit of it now.
I've got the Ionic Freeze.
Oh yeah.
These are I think this is almost half price, maybe 45% off. So this makes this cheaper than the AirPods. And you were talking about these earlier today. And so if folks can see, right, this is Bluetooth. And this has 21 hours of life, and you can see it's already looking to connect because I do use it with a computer upstairs. And so I just stick it in my ear, and and you can use just one ear if you wanted to, right? You don't have to.
Tell them what you did when you were doing a recording. That was really.
Oh yeah. So what ended up happening when I was at Social Media Week Lima, I was doing a live stream, and I was having audio issues with my setup. For whatever reason, it wasn't wanting to cooperate. So I gave one of these to my guest that was sitting next to me, and Tim, who was in another place, my co-host, he was at his house. And so we could both hear him, and you can actually talk through these. So this ended up being also the microphone for us to be able to talk, and he could hear us just fine. So that was kind of neat, plus because it's not necessarily, I would say, and I think you would agree, they're not complete noise canceling. I want to say,
I think they're noise. They call them noise isolation because I think it fills your ear and keeps sound from coming in.
Right, and so that way it kept a lot of the noise of the room, because you were there too. That place had a little bit of noise acoustic wise. Nobody could tell that there were a bunch of other people within so many feet. So it was almost like having a great mic like this, but yeah. So that was kind of a nice fallback plan. So these are really solid. I will say though, you and I both talked about this, because they're not wrapped around your ear, right? It's like I do get that fear of it could fall out of my ear
into your coffee.
So, this isn't something I would probably work out with. I've got some others I'm going to show later that might be better for working out. Even technically with the 215s that are wireless, you could work out, but I still think to me, I don't know. I just don't feel like these are meant for sweating, even though I think, you know, when you look at well, actually, when you look at the photos on the Shure website, they're not showing anybody doing exercise with these. It's more just people listening in different.
And they're really high quality, and they have just like the AirPods, they have that pass through. Like you can tap on them so you can hear your environment. If somebody comes up to you to talk, it kind of has a microphone that picks up the stuff, so that's really handy. And so yeah, shout out to Shure for. So I got some too, and the case is a little bigger if you're used to AirPods, but I think these last how many hours outside of the case?
21-hour battery life, and I think
you get like 3 charges with the case, putting it in before you have to charge the case up, I believe, because you charge the case here at the bottom. So,
right, yeah, 2. Oh yeah, it's 21 hours including the case, so it's 2 charges, and you know with the case, and so yeah, so you got. They charge up pretty quick if you need it. So, you know, so that's the other thing. If you needed to, you could alternate between ears and get even more time out of it if you don't want to have both ears in. So, I've really been happy with these. I kind of alternate between these and the Aonic 40s, which are, you know,
over the ear.
Yeah. You know, because that was one thing, kind of like you. I used to, you know, even when I first started doing Amazon, I was using over-the-ear monitors, but wanted to go to the cleaner look, and so Chris was the one that took the plunge first because he's the audiophile of our group.
Yeah, and so the Shure, they you know, they make mics, and we've been talking about a couple of their mics already, and really great, but they just fit right in this case, and they you know, a lot of people say, oh, they look too big, but they don't look big and they don't feel big. You can see the little contacts there at the bottom is where they charge, and then there's buttons on the top, and you know it's trying to pair right now, like Jim was saying. But the case, I like the case. I like the size actually because I feel sometimes like I lose my AirPods case. So, but these are significantly discounted for today. It's a Prime Day deal, and make sure you guys go check those out if you're interested in some new earbuds. And you know, maybe you don't want the Apples, and I did because. And I have it in my carousel as well, but I do have the AirPods Pro because if you like earbuds, you know, there's just something you need to check out too, especially because they have that dynamic sound. And I'm so jealous. Shannon had the big AirPods Pro Max over-ear headphones. I really like those because I like to listen with my AirPods to movies. That's what because of why they have that special thing, the dynamic sound you can turn on, and it's just freaky. It's so good that they can come out of these little earbuds, and the Max has those too. So, yeah. So those are two options. Those are both. The Shure is significantly discounted. Apple, you know, doesn't like to discount a lot, but they are discounted today if you have your mind set on the AirPods Pro. So I wanted to make sure you guys knew about that as well, because the whole goal of this was trying to, you know, get you guys some deals. Let me make sure I want to go back a little bit to some lighting stuff, because this is on sale right now. Is the I'm going to try this again. We'll see if this works. But I'm going to go put those in there. And right now they have a sale. We'll go to this right here. There we go. So those are my key lights on, and I'm able to control them with my. You can see my Spider-Man poster. Yay, Spider-Man! I have them on both sides, and you can I can control them and turn them off by my desktop because they're wireless. Turn them back on. I can change, you know, the brightness if I want. Turn them back down. These are the Key Lights Pro, and they have what's on sale right now is they're called their Key Light Air, and the ones I have clamp on the table, and that may be an option that you want, but you may want to look at these because they're significantly cheaper right now with the sale, and it has the base. So if you have room on your desk and you want to have one or two, like I have over here, I have another one. My office is a mess because I'm unboxing a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so you can have two on each side. You can control the lighting. So I really like these a lot, but they are on sale as well. And then Jim made me aware today of the actual, I think I hit something. Let's see if I can get it back. Go back to here. You mentioned today, Jim, why is my camera not working all of a sudden? And these are on sale right now as well. and I was controlling that light. It's awful bright now. I need to turn down. With these Stream Decks. So I started out, I actually got this on Prime Day, is the smaller one a couple years ago. And this is how I control my shows. And when you see me pulling up stuff in these lower thirds and everything switching, the camera switching, and my lights, I'm controlling it with a Stream Deck. And you can actually change it for different shows you're on. This is the small 15 button one. They have Mark II is out, and so that's what's in the carousel, their newest version. And this actually can be taken off. I've actually seen people, build it into a custom desk. So you can have it flat, or you can have it on, this little stand that it comes with. And that's a really cool option as well. And then I also have, and both of these are discounted today in Prime, the Big Mama, which is the Stream Deck XL, and I just knocked it off. But this is how I'm controlling most of the things, and I can switch it for different shows. But if you have any desire to actually do a live show, then this is kind of invaluable to have. And a lot of video editors use it because all this stuff is programmable. If you look, you can actually see, you can see Jim out there at the top because it actually grabs the camera because I'm using Ecamm, and Ecamm integrates right with this. Same with all the big streamers, OBS, Streamlabs. There's all integrations with this, but you can customize this any way you want. But this is on sale, and if you're a live streamer, this is the day to pick it up. So, and yep. You use one too, right, Jim?
I do. Now you made me think I might have to get a second one, but
well, because the thing is, you don't have to, because you can actually program the buttons at the bottom to actually go to another screen. So you could have multiple screens. I like everything laid out because I have a lot of stuff going on, and this show not so much as some of the other ones. And having those all at once, where I have them laid out in a kind of a grid pattern where I can kind of understand things, that's why I really like this big one, because you have a little bit more options. And it's kind of cool too. You can actually put your logo in here, and like when you turn off your computer, it has my logo in the buttons, which is kind of fun. So nerdy stuff like that you can do. You can have sound effects, anything you can assign to your computer. You can do it with the Stream Deck. So it's totally worth it, and it's a lot of people get these when we talk about them in our live shows because they see the value in them. So I'll switch back to Jim and me.
Nice. So I'm going to go with something that we talked about earlier today during your show. Mm-hmm. This is the Logitech StreamCam.
Oh, yeah, Logitech stuff.
So I was using, this was my next webcam after the C920. And the reason I went with it, and it's on a very nice discount. It is a USB C connection. Right. So that's something that you have to be aware of. I think I was able to use an adapter before, but it also comes with a tripod mount. So if you want to put on a tripod and you have a cord, so it doesn't have to go on top of your computer, but it can also sit on top of your computer. Now, what it does is, as you can see right now, it's horizontal, but you can actually take this out and make it vertical.
That's cool.
And so if you wanted to create vertical video through your desktop for whatever you're doing, now you don't have to sit there and worry about, because I know a lot of times people are trying to turn horizontal videos into vertical videos, and it just doesn't quite work. Right. So you can do this, and then I want to say it's the Logi software that comes with it will let you do a lot. Yeah, Johnny, I was able to get an adapter that goes USB-C to A, and it did work. So that is definitely something you can do. I was using it on an older iMac before I switched over to the Mac Mini. And now I'm actually using this on my, believe it or not, I have a PC. I haven't really used it a lot, but I bought it because I was going to try to learn how to use vMix, but that hasn't happened yet. But this is a really really solid. The price is great. I mean, right now it's not much more than what I would say it would cost you for a brand new C920, and I think it's got a great camera, and like I said, the features you get with the Logi software is really good as well. And it actually has a little bit of a light that'll come on when you do it, so that you know that it's on.
Oh, it's got an idiot light. That's, I think, what they call them.
Yeah.
Hey, you idiot! You're on live. Yeah. So very cool. So
so Gabe's got a question. Maybe you got an answer for him. He wants to know, would you recommend the Brio or the Elgato face cam?
So Eric Fisher used the Elgato face cam for a while, and he liked it. One of the things that I would say, because that camera that I was showing the key lights with is actually a Brio, and I used to use that all the time for all my live streams until I upgraded to, I don't know if I have this on the carousel or not, but it's the Canon M50 is what I use. And so I don't think I have it, but it's fine to use. Either one of those I think would work for you. There have been some issues with stock, so if you find one, like if Jim's is in stock right now, I would probably get that one because, you know, they're both 4K cameras, I believe, and you can't really go wrong. They're both good companies, and I would snag one now because, you know, for a while there, you could not find a camera, and there was those black market deals that you had to use.
That's why mine is white, because when I had to order it direct from Logie and the black ones weren't available, I said, well, nobody's going to see my camera, so I'll get the white.
I think the Brio's on sale today too. I'm not 100%, but I know Logitech had a bunch of stuff on Prime, so I would do, you know, in Amazon you can actually go up there and click on and select just Prime Day stuff and search that way. But you could do that and see if you know what it is. But either one of those work. Jim's is a great camera, but yeah, those are awesome. So the main thing is to do, you know, to keep on going live. Let me go back. I hit a wrong button there. Let's see. So, because I'm a headphone nerd, and these are on, I have the deal of the day, and I want to talk about them, is, you know, we talked about sound cancellation headphones, and I've got a couple of them here that I really, really like, and I'm a kind of a Bose fan, and so the first one is the Quiet Comfort 35s, and I've had these I did a video for them the other day, over 4 years, and I've had to replace the ear pads, but they're just super solid. They're the most comfortable headphones that I own. This is what I want when I want to chill, listen to music. I edit like guys' podcasts with this. I edit a lot of podcasts with this just because they're so comfortable to wear long term. They're wireless. They're great for calls. So these are like in my house, and I use them, and I take them when I go and travel. You'll see a lot of people on planes wearing Bose headsets. So I really like these. The ones that are on sale that are the deal of the day are this is the 35s, the Quiet Comfort 45s, which I think has a little bit better sound and noise cancellation on them. Those are on sale today, right now, a significant discount for what they normally are, and they're really good ones too. I just didn't need them. I mean, I love Bose, and you can tell that I like headphones, but these are so comfortable, and I get the replacement pads right from right from Bose, and they're just really, really slick. So yeah, these are the 35s. If you're wanting some really comfortable headphones, the 45s are on sale. It's a deal of the day. Don't let this one get away from you, because I wish I would have got them. They were discounted. The other ones, if you want to, and you know what, every headphone is different. They fit your head different. People like things different. This is kind of the top of the line from Bose of their wireless noise cancellation. This is another deal of the day that they're having. These are the 700s, and you do volume with the control up. They've got Alexa. You can have her be your assistant with these. These, I think, personally aren't as comfortable as the 35s and 45s, but you're going to have to be the judge of these. And they look slick. They adjust really nice. Long battery life. I have these in my office, and I'll wear these when I have to make long calls or a long Zoom meeting or something like that. They have the best sound cancellation. So if you're really wanting to be like on a plane and drown out those babies behind you, I would probably get these. I just personally don't think they're as comfortable as the 35s and 45s. So that's just me. And I can't not mention, because I'm mostly over-ear headphones, which, sorry, I'm dropping everything here. And then Heil provided these for both Jim and I.
Oh, yeah.
These are on-ear headphones, and I'm usually not a fan of on-ears, but these are super comfortable. They're so light that you can barely feel them. And like, I'll put these on I was testing them out, doing a bunch of podcasting and some video editing, and I forgot they were there. And so they're really cool. They've got phase you can turn that on and off, and it actually kind of helps with ear fatigue. It takes them out of phase, and it's not weird sounding like you're going to fry your brain or something, but it does this little subtle thing, and it kind of helps with like long sessions. I don't know how it works. We had Michelle on, and she talked about it, and I was like, okay. I don't know what she was saying, but it sounded smart. And then it comes with 3 sets of chords, so that's really cool. It gives you the chord, the actual coiled ones, and then 2 straight ones to go to your phone and other stuff. So I can't not mention those. So, do you have any more headphones? Because I got more, Jim.
I do have one more set, I think. Okay. These are kind of interesting. This would be more if you wanted to work out. Let me find it here in my carousel. These are the TrebLab X3 Pros. And so you'll see, right, they come in a set, and of course they're trying to pair up with something, hopefully not this computer. And I think they tell you, like, one says left, one says right. And so what I can do, let me see, I think I got it right. And so this, as you can see now,
oh yeah, those look good.
There. So this would be something that you could exercise in if you wanted to, do a little bit. And it's definitely not going anywhere once it's in there.
Right.
It also has a charging case as well, and I think, they call it true. Yeah. So these have a 45-hour battery life, and they're IPX7 waterproof, which I think almost means you could go swimming in them if you
in the shower.
Really wanted to do something like that. But I can't figure out why someone wanted to do that. But yeah, these are 20% off for Prime Day, and I got these. I want to say I might have got these around Black Friday. Actually, I got these from TrebLab. So full disclosure, and they are comfortable. I've used them, but I think it kind of gets back into, I haven't decided when I'm working out yet. Like when I've been running, it's like, do I really want to wear stuff because I'm worried about not hearing traffic and things like that?
So I've got something for you in a little bit. So, yeah, and those. So there's 2, because I had some more sport headphones that I wanted to talk about too. Once, because we looked for stuff for you guys to like. This is a deal. We have these. They're worth it. So. For a long time, my workout headphones and walking and running were the Bose Sports. What are the Sound Sports? The Bose Sound Sports. And one of the things with earbuds is they're hard to keep in. Like a lot of people have complained about the AirPods and they'll fall out when they're running or something. These they have these little, I call them bat wings. I think that's what they're called. Somehow it keeps them in, and I don't know how. You'd think that something else on there would not, but it really does keep them in your ear better. And this is what I used for years and years. They're on sale, and again, Bose is having these great sales right now, significantly discounted for these headphones. And you can even see, I like I said, the rubber's a little bit coming off, but they last a long time. You actually charge them. This little thing pops off, and there's a little mini USB that you go in there, and then you can control it by this thing because it wraps around your neck, and then you just tap it to volume to go up and volume go down. So those are great. But the ones, and once again, that I'm using now, and these are also on sale, are the Aftershokz Aeroplex, and these are amazing. And once again, our friend Chad is the one who introduced me. He's wearing these all the time. Like, these are the most comfortable headphones you'll ever wear. They're bone conduction headphones, and so when it's actually conducting the sound through your bone, and it's the weirdest sensation because your ear is open. Like I'll put them on, and you can hear everything because they go and they sit right like where my beard line, right above my ears here, and I got the other headphones in too, so it's kind of goofy looking, but they sit right there and they vibrate, and they don't buzz or really anything like that, but they sit there and they conduct that through your bone, and you can hear everything when you're walking around. And so I feel so much safer because I go walking, and most of the time I'm out in the country on the street, and there can be a little bit of crazy driving going on, and I can hear them coming. And the sound, they're not going to be like your super expensive over-ear headphones, but I listen to music on these, and it sounds great. And I listen to podcasts, but they're so so comfortable because there's nothing in your ear. There's nothing to get gooky that you have to worry about cleanliness. One button controls it. You can do calls on this. There's a magnetic charger here on the bottom that it's almost like a MagSafe that the Apple used to have, where you could click it on there, and that's how you charge them up. It comes with 2 chargers. So I have a charger in my office and a charger in my a charging cord in my house. My daughter tried these on and then stole them, and so I had to buy another pair because she didn't like the earbuds because that gave her a headache. But these don't, and they're amazing. I mean, they're seriously amazing.
So will it actually like sync up with your watch? So like if you are playing something, you can get
Bluetooth,
the audio.
yeah. So you could do whatever you wanted to. So I take calls with it. I do all that stuff. There's the controls for it are on the bottom, and that's how you turn it on and off as well. So and I've worn this in the shower. Like I was continuing to. I got back from my run and walk, and I was hot, and I still wanted to listen to Jim Fuhs and Chris Stone's Dealcasters podcast. So I just kept this on, jumped in the shower, and I actually, when I have to wash my hair, I just hang it up there, then I put them back on because you can pause them. There's only one button on the side, double clicks, advanced track, long click, pauses, plays. But yeah, these are seriously discounted today. It is another Prime Day deal. So put these in your cart, check these out because this goes away after midnight tonight. So these are some of my favorite ones right here.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a nice price there. I might have to.
You'd love them. You would think they're really cool. So
so
what do you got? What's up with next with you?
So we're gonna go with something I haven't opened yet. It's another TrebLab item. It's it's a speaker, a giant speaker. It is the TrebLab HD Max. And so, as you can see, this is a Bluetooth speaker that you can use outside. And they say it's the big, loud Bluetooth speaker. And getting a little bit of that, what do they call that sound? ASMR when you take
when you get this. I know I always do it. I think I'm going to unbox something. I forget my knife. And you're like having to do the,
And so you can see how big this thing is. And you can actually, I guess, do 2 with them. And it is waterproof. So you want to have it out by the pool, have it out by the fire pit.
Is it Bluetooth so you can run it from your phone? Okay.
Let's give everyone the sound of the ASMR. There you go. Right, just like
I love the smell of plastic in the morning.
And so you can see how big this thing is.
And it's got the bass at the bottom, the big subwoofer thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're blind, you can tell which is up and down, so that's good.
That is really cool. That's going to tie into something you want to keep this up in your carousel, or go ahead and put it in your cart right now, because we're going to talk about some stuff that this would go really well with.
Yeah. So this is normally $199. It's on sale for $129.
Okay, that's a good.
That's
deal.
a heck of a deal. I wonder. I always wonder about. Let's see. My question is like, is it charged when you first get it?
I thought I saw. Yeah.
Ooh, it is.
There you go.
Wow. So it's ready to go.
That is cool.
Pair it up.
So I'm a nerd about those kind of speakers too, and I'll tell you why in a little bit later.
Ooh, I turned it off.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, because now later Facebook's going to say that we were playing music that we weren't supposed to.
No, or showing a movie like you did with the Echo Show.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was another thing. Yeah. So this has got, it's 50 watts, 20 hours for the
you want to go back to your main screen, or you got something else to show?
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm just kind of going back to talk about it. And so it has a Type-C connector. It's got a carrying strap. So IPX6, which is,
if it rains on it, you're okay.
Yes. And and what was it we were showing earlier was IPX7. I'm trying to remember what that was. One of the other devices.
Headphones. I think it was one of your headphone set.
That's right. That's right. That was the exercise ones that I showed, the other Trev Lab item. So yeah, so this is 35% off for Prime Day, and 3 sound modes. It takes I guess it looks like it takes 5 hours to charge it completely, which isn't bad if you're going to get 20 hours. A lot of times, I don't know about you, if I'm done using something, I usually charge it back up just so I don't forget.
Right. That's the way I am too.
Yeah. But probably when you had kids when they were younger.
Does it come with an app? I mean, I know you just unboxed it, but is there an app for it, or is it just a regular speaker that you'll stream to?
I'm taking a look here. It's I think you just Bluetooth it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, it almost looks. It's funny. Some of the pictures they showed, like it looks like someone's carrying a purse.
Tim, you're probably so Tim is saying, "Hey, Jim and Jeff. Hey, Tim. Yes, we are back on live. It's just one of those crazy days. I think you've done the 24-hour one, which I've just done too in the day. You are a crazy man, my friend. But thank you for stopping by and saying hi over on the Facebooks. So appreciate that. So
it looks like it does everything with basically by doing the Bluetooth, but it does have a built-in microphone, so you could actually do calls off of it.
And you could do karaoke. That's why you do karaoke.
Oh,
I bet that's what they're saying. So very cool, because we have something like that, and that's what the kids would use it for. So very cool.
Right.
Alrighty, so let's go. We've once again sales. I was trying to think of things that you guys that would you need to get while you can. Before our Prime Day ends, and the one I'm thinking about is this right here, and I've talked about it. These are amazing. This is a 2 terabyte. So Tim says, let's add karaoke to the Tim and Jim show. I would watch that, but you might need a hard drive and to store all the songs in. See how I segued that?
That was good. That was good.
This is a 2 terabyte one, and it's all solid state, so there's no moving parts. And these are really super cheap. This is the 2 terabyte one. You can get other sizes as well, but I think this has the best Prime Day deal for it. And this is what I take. A lot of times I'll throw on like files I need to. Nice, thank you, Tim. That I'll put on this so I can actually go work. Like if I go from a hotel, or if I'm shooting, video footage, and video files are huge, especially with 4K nowadays. And this is what I'll put stuff on to be safe, because you can kind of be rough with this and it's going to be okay. And this is the connection here. It's just the USB-C that connects on the bottom right there. And yeah, it's storage. If this is the day to buy storage, folks, if you want to do it, because the next one I want to talk about, the same kind of deal, is the 16 terabyte one. And that is on my desk over here, and I can't show it because I don't want to pull it out and unplug something, because I think I have stuff that on it. But it's 16. That just blows my mind that you can get that big of a hard drive right now. But those are the 2 best deals I found today on hard drives: a portable one with 2, and then a monster kind of book-sized one for your desktop, which is 16. And it's like that one's like half off. Like, it's amazing how much.
And even when you say book size, right? Is it like about like that? I mean, it's really not.
Yeah. Now you're trying to get me to pull it out, and I can make it. I can make it. I don't know if this is the one. I think it is. I don't know if it's a 16 or not.
I don't want to break your computer.
I'm gonna blame you. So this is it right here.
Oh yeah.
And so this is the Easy Store one. I'm not sure it's the exact same size because I have multiple ones on my desk, but this is what it looks like, and it's a Prime Day deal. And this does it's not solid state like the other one. Okay. This has a spinning platter and stuff like that, but it holds 16 gigabytes. So that's something, when you do video and content stuff, or you want to back up your computer, you got to have something like that multiple places. Like I have this, I have a network attached storage up on a shelf over here, and I use Dropbox. I'm paranoid because I've had stuff crash in the middle of things, and it's not cool.
Yep.
So
those
are big finds today. So I wanted to share that with people because that's some good stuff that they're having those specials on today. Yeah, it's a big deal. While you're searching, Jim, I want to just talk really quick about my next one. Is having because I was controlling the lights. It's another deal of the day. It's the Hue lights that I have up right now, and we use them in our home. Your Alexa Show can control them. I use them in my office, all my office lights. So mine are the color ones, so I can change the colors of those. And they're having a really huge sale right now on the Philips Hue. If you need a hub for it, you can get that. I have a hub here in my office, a hub in the house, and you can switch between them with your Apple device. So if you're looking for deals on lights, you want to stock up. They last forever too. Like I've only changed the bulbs in here one time, and I've had my place for this set up for over 10 years. So they last for a long time. So check those out.
Very cool.
So you're up.
All right. So I'm going to go back. This was the first, I'll call it XLR mic I went to, because I used to have one that shall remain nameless that wasn't XLR. This is the Samson Q2U. This is only $70 right now. And so when we talk about getting started with a mic that you can grow with, this is USB and XLR. And so you can kind of see right back there, right there's the, here is that they got the little connector where you'd put your USB cord. Same thing like you were talking about with the other mics. You can put a headphone in here if you want to listen to it. I've seen people will plug this into their phone and they'll kind of go around and, you can interview somebody into your phone if you wanted to do that. But I have two of these, right? So I up until recently, and now of course, thanks to our friends at Heil, I have a microphone. I have to create a microphone museum, I think, in my house now.
Or storage, at least. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But these are solid. I mean, I can't say enough good things about the Q2U. It's if somebody's going to ask me, hey, I need a microphone to get started with, and I'm on a budget, this is what I would probably tell them to go with. Because a lot of times, if you're going to go with, the Shores and the Heils are definitely,
higher end kind of.
But if you're not ready for that, this is a great way to start. And it's phantom power, right? So you don't have to worry about batteries. You just plug it in and it works, which I think is great. And same thing, right? Dynamic. So I'm not going to pick up noise in other parts of the house. And it does come with a pop filter, right? Because you got to learn to talk across the microphone. Don't talk into the side. So you talk across it. But this is, so this is, a good deal. And, I've definitely been happy with that. I have a Q9U as well, but I've got to pick a microphone at some point.
I know. Well, I think it's good I think it's cool to show options to people, because we talked about this on multiple shows, is how every mic sounds different to other people, and it's what you want to sound like. And the only way you're able to do that is to test out microphones and see the one that you really like. You can get great recommendations for us, and that you're like, oh, that sounded good with Jeff's voice, but you get one and like, oh, I don't like the way it makes me sound, and you can try other ones. So it's great to have options.
I saw someone sent back the SM7B because they didn't like the way it sounded.
Yeah, so it's not unheard of. So I want to go, because I have one more, and then I want to kind of go in kind of like three in a row, because they all fit together. But I wanted to talk about really quick, because where did it go? So many things in the queue, but it's I did a product video about it not very long ago, and I've had it. I think it was a 2-year review on it, and it's actually, and people are, especially because they're picking up deals today, is this Logitech iPad case. And I've had this, there's some like coffee stains on it and stuff, but I love this one. I like it better than the Apple case, because one, this is detachable. So nice. You could just do it, and it's got a kickstand on the back, and so you have multiple angles instead of just being stuck with like what Apple gives you. And the keyboard lights up, and you don't have to charge the keyboard. It actually runs off of your iPad, and it's adjustable light. You can have it really dim or really bright. And I just love this thing because of all the options. I use this all the time. And the other thing that this has that Apple does not have is corner protection. Like if you look at the Apple one, like if you dropped it, you're going to ding up, and I have before dinged up the corners. And the only thing after a year, I think 2 years with this, it's bubbling up a little bit around the speaker. But other than that, I and this is one of the things I use every day. The old version used to have a loop that you could slide your pencil through. It doesn't have that anymore, and that's the other thing I kind of miss is that when you put it in your bag, this can slide off. But other than that, this is a great case, and I love typing on it. This is what I do in the morning to go through emails, is I sit with this on my lap on a pillow and have this out and type. So it's very, very versatile. Having it so I can sit there and take this off and watch a movie. This is the iPad Pro case, by the way. So I don't know if I mentioned that, but I just love this case, and I just think it's a great value. They're not cheap, but like I said, 2 years. There's like where it kind of comes up here. There's a little bit of like wearish kind of looking, but I'm super happy with this. I would get another one. In fact, I had their first version of this for another iPad Pro, and I'm sold on their cases. So anyway.
Yeah, I actually have one. It's called the Bridge, but it's not on sale.
Yeah, I watched your review. Yeah.
I really like that. In fact, I had an issue with mine, and the customer service was amazing. Sent me a new one. All I had to do was send them a picture of what was damaged, and I had one within 2 days. So I was really happy with Bridge. And so Bridge does have some things on sale, but the same thing, to your point, the pencil is on top with nothing to hold it, and that's a one thing I wish they would add on, because I'm always
these pencils are not cheap, and I'm always like I have a system now. When I put it in my bag, I go ahead and take it off and put it in a different compartment because of that same reason. Now it's on there really good, and it has that cutout for the top of your iPad, but still, I don't know why they took out the loop. I really liked it when there was a loop on there, but whatever. They don't listen to me. Other than that, I love this.
And the Bridge doesn't come apart like yours does, so it really makes it more like you've turned your iPad into a MacBook.
Yeah. You saw the trackpad on there. That's the thing too, is I can pinch and zoom and use just like an Apple. So that's another thing too, and it is it's deeply discounted today as well. So make sure you check that out.
Yep.
All right, what do you got?
So let's see. I'm gonna go with. I guess I'll stay with microphones a little bit longer. So let me go to my Rode Wireless Go 2. This is for those of you that are looking to go portable or wireless, I should say. So it comes with 2 transmitters, and then it has 1 receiver. And the good thing about this receiver is it gives you a couple options. I mean, first of all, it is a USB-C to USB-A plug, just so people know that. And then what I'm able to do, you'll see I've got the TRSS adapter. So if I'm going to use this with my phone, I plug this in. Now, it came with this red cable, just didn't come with the part to finish it to go into an iPhone. And so you plug this in the iPhone, and like I showed yesterday, I will then clip this onto my tripod if I'm using my phone. And then, these things have a range of 200 meters line of sight. So as an example, if I wanted to go over into the other room where I might have another camera set up and do a demonstration of the Oculus Quest, which Chris and I have done before, he can still hear me because the audio is still transmitting over here. It's not like I've got to say, oh gosh, how are you going to get the audio? Because that sometimes is the issue. And you don't necessarily want to have, too many audio sources. If I had the audio on that camera, then you might start having feedback and some other issues. So, but yeah, these also record to this receiver, so that you can download the audio tracks through the Rode Central app. So if you wanted to, take those audio tracks and, use it for a podcast, whatever, need to do some treatment of it, that's kind of a nice backup feature that it has. And, without having to have an SD card. Just have to remember that it only can hold so much, and then I think it starts to overwrite the oldest stuff first. So if you want to download it, you want to make sure to do that.
Those are really cool. When we were talking about those earlier, everybody was chiming in how much they loved them, and they love having the lapel mics, and so those are slick. Those are slick.
So. Yeah, so I've used these a lot for doing product videos, especially when I'm not here. But going back to your earlier point, Jeff, I am definitely thinking about playing around more with the MV88 kit and seeing how I can maybe change some things up, because I do like that as well.
Being able to have it for it when it's, you can go out and capture stuff, but also sit on your desk and plug it in for Zoom or whatever is really cool. So, all right. Well, I want to kind of move outside because I found some good stuff. I mean, it's so stinking hot in Texas, it's going to be silly kind of do this, but one of the things that I really enjoy is doing outdoor movie nights. We used to do that quite a bit with the kids. We have because they don't have a drive-in theater really around here like I grew up with. Like I saw Star Wars in a drive-in theater. I remember that was I remember that was cool. And I watched all the Back to the Futures in a row in high school, and we got out at 4 a.m, which was a blast. But one of the things I like to do is have outside stuff. And this is the Solo stove, and I think I can get this to work. I tried to set up some I bought this when they were sponsored on Kickstarter. And one of the cool things about this, it's like a fire pit, and those holes at the top, it allows it kind of burns off the smoke some way, and it burns everything almost to ash. So I wanted to show you what it looks like after 4 years. It still looks okay. It's got s'more stuff on it, but see how there's hardly any smoke? This is, those are my parents, and that's my daughter's feet, but it just... You don't need a lot of fuel. It burns up all the fuel, the ashes with it. They start on Kickstarter with a little one where they did, they actually did there's a smaller one that you can take. This was their big one when I bought it. This is called the Bonfire, but this is half off right now. And these are really nice stainless steel. You can see there's just not smoke. It doesn't get in your face. You can sit there and cook with it. It's a pretty amazing piece of technology, how it works. And so,
Jeff, I've heard. Can you actually you can actually stick it say on a wood patio?
I have it on grass most of the time, and sometimes the grass is dry. I've never had a fire with it. They have a ring now that you can buy, which actually will lift it up even more. They have a bunch of accessories on Amazon too that are on sale. That's me really getting it going. But see how there's no smoke behind there? It's just fire, and I love this thing. This is when it was newer. You can see it's not as discolored. I have a cover for it, but I always forget it. But it is under kind of a garage port where we kind of keep it. But we have another fire pit down kind of in our woods, but this is the one we use because it just is, it's portable. It doesn't take a lot of fuel, and you don't have smoke in your face all the time. So
it burns everything up, so it's not like you have to empty out the ashes.
Yeah, so you can see here, it's kind of it gets these coals, and that will go and just burn until there's hardly any left. And then there's a grid when we showed the beginning, you saw that kind of holes in the bottom. There's another little compartment under there, and you'll turn it over and just dump it out. That's what I do. But it's my favorite outdoor thing. And there's when it's not on fire, but you see the holes at the bottom, and it's raised at the top, and I keep that little prod to do things. This thing flips over and kind of keeps the fire with the current and everything, so it doesn't flare up or anything. But it's just, I love this stove, and it's so cheap today that I just can barely and they just came out with a bigger one, and I'm like, do I want the bigger one? But this is the Bonfire. So if you guys are interested in having this, I can't even believe it's 103 degrees in Texas right now, but when it gets cooler, this is what we do. We sit around it. You can see my dog sleeping at the top.
I'm always collecting wood from trees falling and people cutting it up. Yeah, I'll take that wood. I can put it in my backyard because eventually,
it's great for hot dogs.
With TV and fire.
I love this thing. And here's the reason why is I talked about outdoor movie night, and the next thing I want to show you guys, I'll go back to this, is and this is on sale as well. All the nebulas are but it's an outdoor. You can use it indoors, but this is an outdoor projector, and it's got a speaker built into it. There's the front of it. It actually has apps built into it that allows you to run Netflix, Android Prime, all this stuff, and project it. It's not 2K or anything, but it's like I got the Nebula Mars, and they even have a bigger model of it now that's even brighter. But for outside movies, this thing's amazing because it has a speaker built into it. You can put it on top of a tripod, and you've got a remote control. And so I set this up outside, and we have movie nights. And what you can do also with it, and Jim, going back to your big speaker thing that you had, your portable speaker, you can actually connect wireless speakers to it. And so I have the same thing that I use. These can be a little too, like when I'm watching Star Wars, I want some bass, I want some loud stuff outside. And so I'll have those external speakers instead and have this playing, and it's so much fun. And you can plug it in, or you can have it there's a battery built into it. So you can run it just like a lot of people take this camping, and they'll just set it up and they'll throw a sheet up out on the campgrounds, and the whole campsite will watch movies.
Do you use a sheet, or do you have like a
Oh yes, but I want to talk about. So there's this one. This is the Mars 2, but they also have a canister one that's also a Prime Day deal. If you want a smaller footprint, you can get that one as well. A lot of people like the smaller one too because they can take it. They'll put it in their kids' room when they have sleepovers or whatever. So all of these Nebula ones, and I think these are built by Anchor, and they're a division of the Anchor company. So it's really cool. So when you ask what screen is, no, I have a outdoor screen, and there's another Prime Day deal right now for a 120-inch outdoor screen that you set up just like I do, and it's only it's $59, but it's 120 inches. This thing you back it up and you can fill it with it. It's bright enough to do at night, and so I put all this stuff together because I was like, I wanted to share my love of outdoor movies. And this is just, you could get everything you need.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost wondering, like you were saying, if you can, if it'll take apps. I wonder, let me ask you this. Do you think you could like put your iPad or your
I've run it off. Yeah, I've run it off my phone before for different things. Yeah, you can plug in your phone and run and do AirPlay if you want. There are some limitations with. Some things don't stream across, but there's ways to work around it. Like I bought one of your the Fire Sticks and plugged it in and used it that way because there's something, but there's always workarounds because they have apps built in the interface. And there was another one that you couldn't do, but I use the Netflix that's built into this. I use the Prime that's built into this. You can hook up a DVD player because there's an HDMI port in there. So there's a USB port, and then there's the HDMI. There's where you plug in your extra power, and then there's an audio out too. So if you wanted to wire it, I usually use the Bluetooth thing, and it connects Bluetooth to this. I don't have to plug in a wire, so I could put in your Bluetooth speaker, and it would have plenty of bass. I usually set that at the bottom of the screen, and have an awesome movie night. So these are really, really cool. I really like these, and here's the remote that it comes with too. So you can sit back and control the sound. It's just kind of your standard, kind of almost looks like an Amazon remote control or Roku. But there's that, and then the screen. And then, of course, you've got to follow it up with what movies are you going to watch? And these are a Prime Day special, too. These are half price. And forget the last movie, but these are 4K. They're doing a special, I think it's Paramount's doing right now, special. And I got this one because it's got... Paramount Plus is like taking stuff off. Like I wanted to watch one of the Indiana movies the other day, and it was gone from Paramount Plus. I'm like, dang it. So I'm like, I'm never going to have that happen again. So this is the 4K Ultra. It comes with the digital, but there's a ton of them right now on sale. And how can you go wrong with Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford?
You can't.
That's classic. Yeah. So that's my outdoor movie extravaganza Prime Day deals, and those are all Prime. So yeah, those are really, really cool.
Very cool. Well, I've got another. I guess you could say, especially if you've been exercising, Jeff, you might need a massage gun.
Oh, I have one of that. May be the same one I have. That's
the Tyrannic.
I don't know. My kids got it to me for Father's Day.
Yeah, so it's on a deep discount, almost and lightning deal too. There's 83% claim because probably people are claiming it as I'm opening it. So I was excited to get this. I think this is actually related to the Treb Lab people because they sent this to me, and this is something I've wanted for a while because when you get a lot of these cheaper massage things, they don't necessarily work as well as you'd like. So yeah, you see it comes in a nice case.
Right.
And you got
they really do work. They really do.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, especially with all the running I'm doing. I know I need to do that. So
because your stilettos, they hurt when you're running with.
I think it's got 8 different heads.
Mm-hmm.
That come with it. Yeah, so it's got it'll do 5 speeds, 7 massage heads, and it's a handheld percussion massage gun. So,
and it's interesting, the heads on those really do work different muscle groups. When you read like what you're supposed to use it on, like there's one usually for your foot and like your shoulders. Yeah.
Yep. So this will be my new because I definitely need to work my my leg muscles. I can feel that they're tight from all the exercise that I've been doing.
When I was doing a lot of walking, I get the plantar fasciitis,
Yeah.
And I would run that on my heel and the kind of the arch, and that would really, really help. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, nice case. I mean, this is, can take this,
Look at you with all the unboxings. That's pretty cool.
I know. So, nice little handle. And so, so this is a great deal. Yeah. 44% off. So if you want a nice massage gun, right? You don't want a cheap one. Definitely something you might want to consider. That's a good point with the whole. This is funny. I probably shouldn't say it could be a health claim, and then they'll shut us down. But
yeah, don't do that.
What they say on their pictures is kind of funny. But
I'll
figure that one.
Jim, you may want to add this one if you want to go back to your thing that I'm going to show right now, because I think it's one of those not secret, but one of these awesome deals that I found that I know that you have one too, and you'll probably want to add it. But right now they have a sale going on where not only do you get it at a cheaper rate, but you also get a $25 gift card, and that is the Oculus Quest. So there's a special right now going on that if you get an Oculus Quest, and it's a sale for, I think it's the one that has the most hard drive space on it. You get a $25 Amazon gift card on top of that. And so that must be,
I didn't see that yesterday. That must be a today deal.
I just saw it when I was going through, and I'm like, oh, I know Jim. Now I have this comfort strap on it that probably won't come with it, that has the battery in the back. And it is really worth it. But ignore that, because that's not, I don't think you get that with this. You get the regular strap. But you do get a $25 gift card from Amazon, and you can probably go find this and get that as an add-on. But if you've been wanting to get an Oculus, or your kids have been wanting to, I guess they're called Meta now, the Meta Quest, or whatever, it sounds like Johnny Quest. No, it's the Meta Quest. This is the time to get one because it's on sale, and you get that $25 off. And you think, what is these old guys on Oculus? But it's pretty amazing. Until you've strapped one of these on your face, it's hard to describe the cool stuff you can do. Like when
have you played Supernatural yet?
Yes. I have that one. I subscribed for that one for a little bit, but the one I do now is it's the boxing one. It's called Fit VR. And I do the boxing because sometimes it rains or it's too hot. And you are sweating up a storm, and it's a lot of fun. It's almost like Beat Saber, but a little bit more structured and intense for workouts. Your kids will love Beat Saber. I've been playing a Jurassic Park game because I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park movies in here. I've watched movies in here. There's an app called Big Screen VR, and it's a free one. But you can rent VR movies and go watch them with your friends in there. And the cool thing about watching 3D movies in Oculus is it's like you're in a theater because they have the dynamic lighting, so things reflect off of like the seats around you. But you don't have, like if you've seen a 3D movie before, you have those glasses which kind of dim the movie. You don't have that in Oculus because it's already in 3D. And you can watch those movies. Like I watched Guardians Guardians of the Galaxy the other day in Oculus. I did a lot during when we couldn't go out to movies. I would watch stuff in here, and it felt like I was in a movie. But yeah, today they have the Oculus with the $25 gift card on top of the sale. So make sure that you add that, because that is a cool thing. So Jim, do you want to say anything else about this? Because I know
I love the Oculus. I mean, when you're starting to think about Web3, won't even go into everything else. This is kind of the first step. But I will tell you what I'm interested to see, because I know you've probably been following it as well. There are some other companies that are making these type of devices. But what is nice, for those of you that are worried about Meta, I believe it's next month, you will no longer be required to have a Meta account to use Oculus.
Right. You won't have to have it's Facebook. Everybody still says Facebook. They want us to say Meta, but whatever. Zuck. Yeah, so that's cool if you're worried about having to do that. And there's plenty of apps. You can actually stream it to your phone or to your TV. So if you have kids that you're a little worried about, because it's hard to, you can't see what they're seeing, but you can have it cast to your phone or your Android device and check out if they're playing some games that you want to make sure they are. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here. There's Star Wars Vader Unleashed or Unlimited or something, but it is so freaky when Vader looks you in the eye. Like he's looking at your eyes, and it's so much fun to play if you're a Star Wars fan. So if you want to get those, check out the Oculus or the Meta Oculus Quest is what it is. So anyway, what else you got, Jim?
All right, so this is a crazy device, and I've actually still got to learn to use it. But this is the
cool,
the DJI RSC2. Cool. This is a major.
That's for a heavy-duty camera.
It'll actually work with the Sony ZV-E10. That's the main reason I got it, because at some point I want to start using that. But you can see, this thing is built like a tank. You know, you've got the ability to, go kind of, if we're going to call it, I'm breaking my thing. You can see the handle here.
That is heavy. And they make good gimbals. They're like the top of the line.
Yeah, I had the other the Osmo 2, I think, before this. I actually still have it, but I did specifically got this to start doing stuff with the camera. That's it's on my list of things to do. We're both guilty of that. More things to do than we should. But you can just see it's got all kinds of adjustments you can make and measurements, and so I'll have to take a class, and then maybe I'll make some YouTube videos like Professor Nez, who is watching over on my table. Great to see him.
Yes,
I know. Nez, how has your Prime Day been? Has it gone well with your shows? I know he did a couple shows, and so I'll go back to solo mode. But yeah, so this is on sale. I know it's not cheap, but it is a discount. So if you're looking for a good gimbal, I know a lot of people are getting into cameras as opposed to their phones. Good thing to have.
Yeah, I love I have the smaller version of the Osmo 5 with the extension, and I really like that one. So one of the things, and I don't have it in front of me because I actually gave it to my parents, but Jim, I know you have you've talked about this a lot as well, and there is a significant deal on all the Roku streaming sticks. If you're wanting to, like, I have a smart TV, so I have Roku built into my TV. But my parents don't, and so I have gotten her one of those, and they use that. They love it because it's easy to use. It's not super hard. It's the 4K one, but I have that in the carousel because Jim introduced me to it, and I got it from my parents, and I think it's a wonderful deal, and it's like almost half off right now. So if you're looking for a stick to stream stuff with, look at the Roku. Let's see. The other thing that once again, we scoured, and it's kind of random stuff, but I kind of like gaming. I haven't been able to game as much as I have wanted to, but right now there is a Prime Day deal on the Death Adder gaming mouse, and I have one, and it changes colors, and I like it because you can actually really quick, like if sometimes you want to have like really fast mouse responses, you can adjust it right there. You got a mouse wheel. It looks cool. This is actually attached to my gaming computer, which is also my streaming computer over here on my right. But Very, very cool mouse. It's got the side buttons you can program. Very fast. It is a gaming mouse. It is wired because one, I like for gaming stuff, I like to have it wired because I think you get a little bit more fast response time. But these are on sale significantly right now too. This is the Prime Day deal. The Death one. It sounds cool. It's a Death Adder. But you can change the colors. I have it just cycling through right now. I just like it sitting on my desk, kind of making those colors. But yeah. So this is another.
So do you have a gaming desktop or laptop?
It's a gaming desktop. So I got it like you. I was going to use vMix, and I did use it for a long time until I got hooked on Ecamm, and but I still use it. Like I'm casting from there all our backgrounds that you're seeing, like motion stuff, so it doesn't bog down my computer because I have an older iMac. But I still game on that one because it is it's an Alienware. It's a gaming.
Oh,
computer.
nice.
So
that is definitely because I bought what I have is a Rogue Amoeba with really high end what's the NVIDIA card in it and a bunch of stuff.
It was hard to find those cards for a while. They're starting to come back, but it was hard to find. I lucked into it right before all that mining stuff happened with Bitcoin and everybody trying to get those cards. So, but this is a great mouse. I really, really like it. So
that's nice. Yeah, because I use I have the Logitech MX3 Master for my Mac, and I, in fact, it was funny when you mentioned wires. Like, oh yeah, I probably should plug in and charge because even though it goes, wireless for I don't know days or months on end, every once in a while I'm like parent like, oh yeah, I probably should plug that in because right now would be the time it would decide to stop working.
I know. I've had a warning before when I'm doing a live show, like your Apple mouse is like, hey, you only at 5%. I'm like, dang it, give me a better warning than that. So what else you got? Are you getting down to the wire? I'm getting close.
I think I'm close. I think I have, let me look. I think I might have one more thing I haven't brought. Well, I've got a couple things. I mean, I did and I've got it down here. I'll kind of show it from back here. So this is the UB size I was talking about yesterday. So as you can see, it comes with this ability. You can fit your iPhone, Android phone, and it'll just automatically switch. What I like about it too, and I'll use this sometimes for product video shooting because and you can also take this out if you want to put in a camera. So it'll go, it comes with this. So it's not like you have to spend extra for it, but I like how it'll tilt. Right. And so not only can I tilt it, I can also, if I loosen this, I can also go other directions. So you can get some different angles off of this. And then it's also got this ability here.
That's really nice.
Hang some weight on there if you're worried, in a windy area. And this will go up to 67 inches. So it's taller than me. And then the feet move, which is nice, so you can be on some uneven ground. It's just really solid. And when you look at the price, it's about I can give you the exact percentage. I'll click on the thing here. It is 25% off.
Oh, that's
Prime.
Cool. Yeah.
And I bought this last Prime Day, and it's become my go-to tripod when I'm out doing stuff. And it also comes with the clicker if you wanted to be able to program the auto thing on your phone to do that. I always forget to do that.
And I really don't think you can have it, especially with camera stuff you're doing live streaming and producing shows. You can really not have enough tripods. I mean, maybe you can have too many, but I mean, I'm always like, oh, my kids stole that one. I need to get another one. Like they'll take my little ones for their little projects and stuff. So, I think that finding a good tripod on Prime Day is really, really cool. So, all right. I've got a couple more, and I'm kind of going to the fun zone with this one. And it actually has, it's got, there's only 43 claims. So it's starting to actually, one of those lightning deals where you want to get it while you can. And it is the Holy Stone 440. And it's like a trainer. It's like a trainer, drone. Like my daughter, I have another drone and she gets really nervous with it, and I understand. And like this one is supposed to be really easy. It has gesture control on it, but yeah, it's there was a lightning deal going on this, and I don't know if it still is. It shows it on my iPad, but I don't know if it still does. But this is significantly discounted. So if you want to have some fun outside,
yeah, it's still on sale at the moment.
Okay,
I see. I'm looking at your page.
Yeah, so I think it's a good deal. This is a great one, I think, for starting out. It's got an HD camera. You can have it circle fly with some gestures. This one I have not taken out yet. I was going to do an unboxing with it because I have another one that I do like, and this is actually the another one that's on sale right now. And these have like gone like hotcakes over on the Prime Day, and so they were actually sending me the numbers that they had. And this is the HS175D, and I did take this out and fly it. It performs really, really well. It's got the camera here on the front. It's got the HD camera. And I know everybody compares them to the DJIs, but this is one my daughter flew, and it comes with a controller where you can actually put on your phone at the top, so she'll be able to look at that. But yeah, it's another great starter drone. This one has GPS, so you can actually track it compared to the other one. And so it's got the auto land stuff. And so we took it out and flew it and had a blast with it. I'm not going to say if it did go in the neighbor's yard or not, because we don't want to talk about that. But I was able to retrieve it with the GPS going over and finding it. But this is a good one to practice with. It comes with 2 batteries, and the batteries actually just come out right here. And it's got that camera on the bottom too, so it senses the ground and kind of has some avoidance collision stuff on it. But this is another great starter drone. It folds up, pretty compact, so it was fun. It's fun to fly. So I don't know if you have any drones, Jim.
I did. I actually have a Holy Stone drone as well. It's I think I might have one of the ones you have in your carousel. I might have the well, is it the 4K one?
Yeah, I would have killed for this stuff when I was a kid. It's like I'm an adult now. I'm like, I can have, because they had model airplanes when I was a kid, and these are so much easier to fly, and the price point's lower. I mean, a drone with a camera on it at this price is just amazing if you think about it. I mean, it really is. And so, it's just a lot of fun, and it's pretty compact.
Have you gone and got your pilot's license yet?
No. Do you have a pilot's license?
No, I haven't done it yet. That's probably why, because I know a guy that I know locally that's what he does for a living, and I guess they're starting to crack down on people that.
So I am licensed with the FCC. Like I grandfathered in when I got my first drone, so I don't have the one where I can go and do commercial stuff. Like I can't go to realtors and film for them and the houses. Now, I don't think it's that hard to get one, but you have to put like your number in it, and mine has a certain thing. And I have an airport not very far from me, and it warns me. And so they're it's cool how safe they're becoming, but it's really fun that you can fly them. So that was I have like 2 more. So what do you got, Mr. Fuhs?
I have I kept it out because I knew it was still on sale. I've got the Focusrite. And, aren't ready for to go to the level of the Roadcaster. This, like I said, I've had this for probably at least 3 years. Because this became my interface when I got the Samson. Because I could plug it right in. Now this too, the reason why I went with the 2i2, and this is a 3rd gen, is you can put 2 microphones in. So we all didn't know what was going to happen, but what I was at a conference, and this is what really caught my attention, is this person was having 4 people, because they have ones that have more than 2 mic inputs. And so each person had their own separate audio. And as you know, right, if you're doing a podcast, that's important to have separate audio tracks.
Right.
And you can control the gain for each of the microphones right here on the interface, so you don't have to like go mess with your computer. You can also plug in a headphone so you can kind of hear what's going on. So yeah, I still use this with my laptop, and I will probably use this when I travel. Yeah, and that was the other thing. When I saw you in Lima, Jeff, I did not have the Rode yet, so this was not didn't go with me. That would have probably solved my problem that I had when I was just trying to live stream natively, in a sense, off of my older MacBook. But these are solid. You know, Focusrite is a great company. I definitely recommend this if you're looking to get into an interface. It does come with software that will allow you to do some other things with your audio, and then it's got a USB-A connector to go into your computer for those of you that are, you know, maybe concerned about that. But yeah, so it's on sale as well. The Solo, I think that's what they call it, which is just for one. That's even got a bigger discount for Prime Day. And I know Ross had a show today where I think he was talking about Focusrite's got is it a microphone they've come out with or something?
Oh, I haven't seen that. I didn't see him say that.
What did he, let me find what he was talking about today.
That was cool.
He was talking about something.
But Focusrite makes great stuff. I mean, they're great, solid interfaces. I don't know anybody who's had one just stop on them. I think, you know, they just keep working. Right. So it's kind of a standard piece of hardware. All right, yes. I've got two more. Let me get my stuff ready.
Oh, it's called the Vocaster 2 audio interface. That's what it came out with.
I'll have to check about
crazy looking thing.
All right, so I just made a video about this the other day, and this one is once again significantly discounted, and it is a Prime Day deal. It is the I think it's DRC. I never know how to say it right. DRC RC car, and this is a fun car. We took this out. My daughter, I was gonna give it to my nephew, and my daughter goes, "No, I want it. You can't give it away." So it's got a camera on the top that syncs to your phone, and so I have some. I think I can play it. Let me go to this right here. We're gonna have to switch to a different. Okay. No, just want me to update system audio, so I'm not going to do that. So what we were doing is we were actually going, and I have some footage. If you go look on my product video where we snuck up on the cat with the camera, and it was pretty funny because, you know, they couldn't figure out what this thing was, and we were driving it around. But if you go to JeffSieh.Live, you'll see the let me pull that up for people. You'll see that where I took it, and you can see all the different footage. The thing is, and here's the controller right here. It's it works really well. It's got a place for your phone to go on it, so you can actually see the camera, and you can actually drive this whole car with your phone. It's got you got your variable speed right here, where you can you know, go fast or go in reverse if you push it forward. This is where you can steer it to. One of the things is it's variable speed, but it's not variable steering, so it's all left or all right, which is fine. But just if you give it to your kids, let them know. It's got really good shocks on it. We were doing it off-road. Comes with 2 batteries, so you can have one charging, one you know, inside of the machine. This takes 4 AA batteries at the bottom. But I just thought it's a really great deal for if you have kids or grandkids. Yeah. This is a great one to start out with. Yours on and off right here. The only thing I would say to warn people is that the screw. So it's got a battery cover, but they're screwed in. And they don't, you know how some of the battery covers have where the screw will actually stay there when you take it out? Yeah. These are loose. So these could, I think, easily get lost. The same on the bottom of this. So either put some tape on them or, you know, take them out for your kids until they get used to it. That's what I would do. The same thing, this camera comes off. So if your kid's really learning for the first time, I'd take the camera off. So if it rolls, you're not dinging up the camera. It is a high definition camera. The only thing is you got to remember you're on a bouncy car. So your camera footage, if you're going really fast, is pretty shaky, even on smooth surfaces. But going slow, and I saw a guy in the comments actually has this to go under. He's like a plumber or something. He drives under houses so he can look at, because this is, you can angle this up, and so he uses it in that way, which I'd never heard of. But it's just a fun car, and the camera kind of has some added stuff to it. So I thought, you know, if you want to see all the footage we shot and the cats, you can go to JeffSieh.Live. But I thought it's a great deal. It's on sale right now. Good Christmas gift for young ones, but it was fun. It's a fun thing. So.
Right. Yeah. So our friend Mario from Shure is over on my channel. So Mario, gonna do something special for you. We actually have this in the carousel. So I'm using my Shure MV7, and I'm gonna do a mute here. We've got the Super 55 that I'm now talking into. So let's see if you want to. You can see how nice it sounds.
Oh, let me go to full screen here. Sorry, I was clicking on stuff. Yeah, look at that.
That got the Super 55, so it did get here. So thank you, Mario, for that. And yeah, Shure's got some great deals. We've been talking about them earlier. The Aonic Freeze and the
MV88. That is my favorite. We talked a lot about that. I love the sound of that, and thank you, Mario, for sending that to me as well, because that is probably my favorite thing in the world right now. I can take it with me when I travel. It's got live video stuff on it, so big shout out to Shure for sending that stuff to us, because and I showed them how to take it apart, put it together. It's just, and it sounds really cool. So thank you so much for that. That's really awesome.
I feel like I'm gonna have to go get a hat and look like Chad now, though, when I use that.
I know you are. Yeah. I like it.
He might get jealous, though.
I thought he had something like it. Does he not have that microphone? Because I thought he did.
He definitely has a mic with that look, but I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But, he's on a trip. Good for him, and Laney having some fun. So.
All right, my last one, and I had B-roll, but something happened with the camera, and it's my Big Daddy. My dad uses this all the time, and it's in the carousel just highlighted right now. It's the Breville Bristol Barista Express, and it's significantly cheaper today. It's the high-end cappuccino maker. He is an artist when it comes to this, and I had some B-roll of him actually making, and I'll add it to a product video later, but of him making this really fancy hazelnut chocolate latte for my daughter, and this thing is it's pro level. It's just really good, and you hardly see him discounted, and it's really nice. Frost the coffee. It he grinds the beans right at the top. It goes into the espresso mold. He tamps it down. He has the pressure gauge to know exactly how much pressure to use. It is amazing. It makes incredibly good coffee, and he loves it. And he doesn't buy like expensive stuff, but he loves this thing. So that's my last one, is the Barista Express from Breville, because once again, we scoured the interwebs on Amazon trying to find deals for you, and this was another great deal that we thought might as well put out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad that Prime Day is not every day, but I guess
we'd be busy, Jim. We'd be really busy.
But we're hearing rumors that there might be another one in October. So
I have a feeling that's going to happen, because it's gonna be a big time for people, and they did one that time last year with the lockdown. Didn't they do one in October? Didn't they move it from July into October?
Well, no, actually, we did it in June, but they did do some things. They'll have other things coming up, and then of course you got the whole holiday season. Is a lot of sales usually around the week of Black Friday. Those are usually big days as well. But and like I think, like we talked about, kind of hearing feedback from people. I think it seems like some companies held off from getting involved in doing discounting for this. I don't know if they're waiting. So buy. JK says every quarter. That would be nice. Maybe that's what they're starting, but
yeah, we'll see. But thank you guys for hanging with us, Tim Sohn and Mario from Shure, and everybody who stopped by, and let's see, Laura Williams and Jim for doing this for me. This has been a lot of fun. It's wrapping up, folks, so if you put anything in your cart, you need to check it out. I think I have some stuff that Jim talked about that I need to go and actually put.
So thank goodness for Pacific time. So I think I'm gonna look at
right.
We've got 3 hours and 22 minutes to get some deals. I know, because I'm thinking about that 2 terabyte hard drive you were talking about.
I'm telling you, so I got that one the last Prime Day deal, and like my Stream Deck, I've gotten those. So yeah, it's you know, I think it's cool to pick up stuff that you need, because live streaming and podcasting, you always need that. We've given you some great options on microphones. Like there, almost all of them are on sale today. So if you're wanting to up your podcast game or your live streaming game, make sure you do that. Thanks for all the people who've sent us stuff to review. There's product videos coming. There's stuff that's already on Dealcasters.live of reviews. There's stuff on JeffSieh.Live with reviews. So check those out if we went too fast or you want to dive in deeper. So last, as we're wrapping up, we have some people popping in. We've got, let's see, Rob Strathen says, hey, fellas. Hey, Rob, to you. Yep. Good to see you. So this has been fun. I can't wait to do it again. I like doing this dual thing that we do, where we kind of versus, like, what did you find? Well, I found this. So
I know neither one of us told the other, and I didn't go try to look for your show, so I had no idea.
Yeah.
When you threw that challenge down, I was like, gosh, I really got to go find some deals.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of the stuff we saw together, and like we had the Shure microphones, and we did a bunch of the other, like the hard drives we talked about, the Oculus. You did a great review that's on your channel about that, of the Oculus. So yeah, tons of great stuff. So make sure that as we wrap this up, that you guys follow. If you're watching on Jim's channel, head over to mine at JeffSieh.Live. If you're watching on JeffSieh.Live, head over to Dealcasters.live. Hit that follow button, because that helps us out a ton. And lets Amazon know that you like our streams, you like what we're doing. Lets the brands that give us stuff to review know that we are legitimate, and we love to make product videos and talk about this stuff on live. So appreciate everybody. Jim, I'll let you have the final word.
Yeah, no, Jeff, I appreciate you letting me join you, since my partner in crime decided to take a vacation during the Christmas in July, but that's okay, because I know he's having a good time, and that's and it's good to be on vacation. So I'm looking forward to us hanging out next month in
podcast movement.
Yeah, that'll be my first time I've ever done more than fly through the Dallas airport.
I hope that it's not that hot, because we wear black and we'll just burst into flames if we walk outside. Is what'll happen. It really. But there's some fun stuff, and some of our friends are going that will be there too, and it's going to be just a week of nerding out. A lot of the people who we did reviews for, so if you're going to be in Dallas or you're on the fence about podcast movement, a lot of the vendors that we talked about today, like Heil and Shure and some other ones, will be there that you can actually go up. And we talked over and over, because we did so many mic reviews, about testing them out with your voice. They have them set up there where you can walk up, put on headphones, and talk and say, oh, I really like the Shure, or I really like the Fin. And you can make some decisions there at Podcast Movement and test them out. And the vendors are amazing. There are going to be a lot of them. So make sure you head over there.
Yep.
I said you had the last word, and then I talked. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Thanks, everybody. And make sure you guys, if you're going to buy something, you've only got 3 hours, 18 minutes, and it's going fast. But,
right.
We appreciate any support, and it's fun to get to do this. And I'm surprised more people don't. But and you can also, if you're not following us here, we're on YouTube, we're on all the tubes, I think. And Jeff is the manly Pinterest guy, so if you want to even go on Pinterest, you can find some stuff there. Yeah.
All right, folks. See you around. See you next time. We'll see you next Prime Day too. But thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.